myself. Tall and stocky, very quiet. He was on the other side of the room. I went over to him and I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Triple Z, Triple O," because his initials are OOO. And I laughed and I said, "Can I just call you Ozzie?" And he said yes. So I didn't know him as Osaze, I knew him as Ozzie. That day we were at Clubhouse, we talked for 3 hours. And I realized that, yes, he had family. He came from a really successful family. His parents were lawyers. He had it all. But he was still depressed and lonely. Just because you have a family, don't struggle also. He reminded me of my real brother that was back home in New York. He was someone I could hang out with at Clubhouse or just visit when we were lonely. He was a Christian, and he was always on fire for Christ. So I went to a couple of times at his church on Sundays, and it made me feel very good. He loved the Lord. I was so proud of Osaze. He may not have graduated because of his mental health and autism, but at state, and that's a hard college to get into, and I'm proud of him for that. I taught him how to cook. He taught me how to have a big heart. We cooked soul food, and he loved plantains. We went to the movies and went to the skating rink. He taught me how to skate. He made my 4 years at Penn State happy. We both were black for who he was. One day in December, he said, "YumYum, group home," because he lived in the group home because of his intellectual disability and other mental illnesses. They said that he was okay to leave, but I knew that wasn't the case. He needed help. He needed to get his meds, go to group. He needed that support. He never lived on his own before. And my heart dropped. Finally, he didn't answer the door, and he told me to leave. And I left, and I regret leaving. I should have asked and been like, "What's wrong with you, Osaze?" you know? But I left. And walking out that door, the beginning of March, was my biggest mistake. Because if I would have stayed there with him, maybe he would have told me. Maybe he would have told me that he was back to cutting. Maybe he would have told me that he needed to go to the hospital. He was there when I had problems. And I left. So I'm at CSG, you know? And then as we kept reading it more and more, we realized it was the police that shot him 3 times.
You got this.
So I have to fight for him as well. You mean the world to me, Ozzie. Double O. You were a gentle giant who took care of everyone when no one took care of you, when you didn't have much. I am angry right now. I am angry right now. I will fight for your justice. We will all fight for your justice.
Yes.
3 shots in the back.
How do you justify that?
3 shots in the back.
How do you justify that?
3.
You can stand by me, bud. Even though my hands are like ice cubes, good thing you can't feel them through your jacket.
You feel mine.